Jay, similarities of what you saw with Rodney King back in the days. I had just come to the States. I came to the States from Iran. I was at a refugee camp in Germany. Came out here November 28, 1990. And then Rodney King, I think, happened in 92. And I was in LA for, at the time. What similarities do you see with what happened with Rodney King versus George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and what we have going on today with protesting and riots?
Man, it's a great question. It's a question that a lot of people want to avoid. I think it's a question that a lot of white people want to avoid. People in law enforcement sometimes want to avoid it. What I think is the common denominator is that there has been such a breakdown in trust in law enforcement. There's no trust there. Like there's multiple reasons for why that has taken place over the course of time. But the public no longer trusts the police to protect them, whether that be real or whether that be false or imagined or fabricated. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. The trust is gone. So I truly think that I really think on the massive picture of this, that God is looking at us and weeping. I think God is crying right now. That we're all better than this. And you look at trust and you look at race relations and all these things, and if you go to the Declaration of Independence, which gives us the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and all men being created equal, all men being created equal. I think God is looking at us, and He is weeping that we have failed to be able to live up to that.
It's a tough topic, but it kind of goes back to what you said earlier, which is the way you're able to do your work and keep anxiety down. Step number one was what? Purpose. Number two was communication. And then last one is build trust. And we're missing all those three. We're not talking about purpose. We're definitely not communicating, and there's no trust. So my opinion is all of this stuff got started. A lot of it got started and got reignited because Roger Goodell didn't have the audacity to meet with Kaepernick right after he kneeled the first time. I wonder what would have happened if Kaepernick would have just got a call from Goodell and said, hey, we want to fly you out to the headquarters and sit down and talk to plus NFLPA and let's address this. What can we do to support this? Imagine what would have happened if that issue was addressed immediately rather than waiting 3, 6, 12 months and it turned into what it is today. So,
well, let me give you just one perspective on that.
Please.
Just one man's perspective. I think that it is important for us, all of us, to be open and willing to change your mind. I think many of us do not want to change our mind. We do not want to change our viewpoint. And we hear compelling arguments on either side that should convince us to be open-minded. But oftentimes our stubbornness doesn't want to let us change it. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to say, the way I felt about something 5 years ago or 5 days ago is different than how I feel about it today. It's okay.
It's very hard to do. I know what you're saying. Believe me, I know what you're saying, but it's very, very hard to do, especially when you have all these people that have been ingrained in the way of thinking by their parents and media and teachers and professors and churches and organizations they're part of and communities they lived in. It's like betraying your heritage. It's a very tough thing to do. And I think one of the reasons why it's tough to do is because most people are not willing to reason. If you cannot reason, kiss it goodbye. There's not much we can do about it.
You hit it on the head. And I think we've become all or none. So if you are committed to the Black Lives Matter movement, or if you're committed to the Blue Lives Matter movement, right? And that is what you believe in, top to bottom. And I'm sympathetic to your cause, to your agenda. I want to support you. I want to be, and in many people's case, supportive of uh, uh, both those things. There's people in those camps that out of the 100 issues, I might agree with you on 99 of those issues. But if I don't agree with you on that 100th, if I don't agree with you on 100 out of 100, I become the enemy. Like I agree with 99 of the things you believe in. There's one that I'm stuck on. Hey, if you're not all in with me, if you don't agree with me across the board, line item, you're the enemy. And man, how do we ever improve, or how do we ever get better if that's where we're at?